So, alright. Is it good now?
My bad.
Also, it looks like Zyra's going to be locked in.
So Lucian's picked. I think he's one of the best AD carries right now.
Zyra supports automatically a lot of crowd control and pressure for them. It's really good.
So if they can bully that lane really well, they can probably win it. But they bring down some ganks early. They might be able to kill the Zyra really quickly with how squishy she is.
So I want to see what kind of team comp they decide to go for now, because I've never seen either of these teams before, so I don't know how they play. But it looks like the Ziggs is definitely going to get picked in, which is good wave clear and good all-around map support, I think, with his ult.
It'd be interesting to see if Ziggs keeps the exhaust or not.
Switched
the barrier. So the only reason I'd go for exhaust generally as a mid laner is going against like a Zed, Yasuo, or a Talon.
So it looks like Lee Sin, Ziggs, and the other team, they're hanging on to that Rammus, but that still could be an itchy pick. We don't know yet.
I've seen Rammus picked up a lot again lately. His jungle presence has been a factor in a lot of my games that I played.
And that Rammus gets locked in, okay.
And if they keep the Orianna with the Rammus ball delivery system, that'd be really good if they can pull that combo off.
Rammus, it's like a ball on top of a ball. It's clever.
Double balls. Alright, so they do keep it. So they'll have an easy way to get the Orianna ults into their team.
I'm falling in favor of the purple team right now, Team Prey, because they have a lot of pick potential. If someone from Broke Boyz gets caught out, they're not going to survive that.
Be interesting to see if Tristana keeps locked in right here. I think Lucian early will be able to bully her out. So we'll see if they can scale that into the late game well or not.
So they might be going, like, I see the Jan and the Lee Sin good engage and disengage, so they might be relying on Tristana. And that's...
If they keep the Kennen pick, I've not seen that for a while.
Yeah.
That was season 2 or...
End of season 2, early season 3.
Yeah, early season 3, I think. That LCS was playing that.
I haven't really seen him in a long time either.
He keeps the Ignite teleport.
Ignite teleport.
See if he changes that or not. I know Kennen kind of has his own escape, but it's a risk-reward sort of thing. If he can get a kill with the Ignite, then it'll pay off. But
so let's see who their top lane is going to be for Team Prey.
Looks like teams are pretty well balanced in their damage in terms of AP and AD.
I'm still worried about the early game Trist with the nerfs that she just received. She's going to be, like, they lowered her attack speed, lowered her early game pressure, so it's going to be harder probably. And that's Malphite, sorry.
I think the Malphite will also provide that ball delivery system.
I think that's all they're going for at this point. The Rammus and the Malphite and the Orianna, and then the Zyra on top of it, and just Lucian to pick anyone off that he can. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, they have a pretty easy pick comp, and if they combine their ults all together, it could easily burst down 1 or 2 targets.
It's another thing I have to watch out for, though, because if you waste too many ults on one person, that could just turn the fight in the wrong way, which you didn't want it to.
Yeah, the Kennen will help, though, with the stuns and the ultimate. Hopefully to get a stun on some ult to stop all the damage coming through.
I actually think it's going to be nice to see Kennen, because you don't ever see him still, like we mentioned earlier, but it'll be nice to see change of pace, sort of. See how he can engage with his ults, maybe Zhonya's.
Yeah, I would say Zhonya's would be a priority for the Kennen. Generally, champions with engage like that need some sort of survivability to sustain all the damage that they would take if they stayed in the middle of the fight. And they have the Janna for the disengage. of
really
the
like
Rammus.
that. Yeah.
So I don't know how the Rammus will work out with the Janna. The Janna plays it right. Hopefully she can keep some of the priority targets safe. So
Still, I wonder why blue team Broke Boys didn't go for more of a poke comp at this point to try and stay away from that hard engage.
they do have some kite potential. Trista's ult, Lee Sin's kick.
They have a lot of
Janna's,
disengage with that, yeah.
Janna's ult can push everybody back, and Kennen has his own stun, so even though it takes a little while to build it up. So, and Ziggs has a poke, so hopefully he can get that out before the fight even starts. Might turn the tides in case they do get their wombo combo off.
So, who do you think is better for early game as far as Lee Sin and Rammus go for the jungle clear? Because I never play Rammus at all. I don't really see him in very many games either.
I think that would be kind of a skill matchup because both can move around the map pretty easily. Rammus is more of a lockdown with his taunt, but Lee Sin with a red buff can easily, as long as he lands his Q, he can easily get a kill on someone.
Yeah.
So I think whoever has the more early pressure can get that early game going.
Now, can you see any early game invades between these teams? Because I know Ziggs can be throwing his Q out only so very often at level 1, and I know Lee Sin's very strong for the level 1 engages and invades. So
I wouldn't think, if I were any of these teams, if I was on one of their teams, I would probably just defend my side of the jungle and go from there, let it be level 1 as it is.
get heavy wards out and protect.
Because mostly blue team has range champions, but purple team has the engage. But level 1, unless they got to pick with the Zyra's
Vine.
snare, that's what it is.
Can't remember the name.
Yeah, if she snared someone, you could possibly do something with that. Maybe get a flash out or a heal. Other than that, though, blue team doesn't really have
It's basically
any
all they
CC.
can hope for.
Yeah.
Especially if Rammus is forced to take taunt just to get the early pick and they end up not getting it, then it's gonna slow him down a lot in the jungle.
Yeah, I don't even know Rammus jungle that well. I know what Lee Sin does, but I feel like that would set him behind pretty far, even if he got a decent leash. Unless they got a kill out of it, I don't know if that would be worth it to start that ability.
Alright, looks like we're getting into the game now.
Let's see who's gonna win the skin war.
Do they still have those?
Yes.
People think 5 skins better than no skins.
Well, obviously, 5's better than 1. Map
Definitely.
right there.
Definitely determines the skill of the team.
Oh yeah, it's all based on skill.
Oh.
Skins shows your skill level. Alright, so we have SKT1 Zyra. I don't have that
Hired
skin.
Lucian.
I thought that was Gothic Oriana, but it
No.
Sown Chaos. I don't recall that one being released, but
Alright, now we're getting to the game now. Let's see everyone's early game items.
seems like
See who we go
everyone's
for.
frozen.
They're still loading in.
Oh. I was like, this is awkward. Why isn't anyone moving?
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Alright.
Lots of things going out.
Looks like everyone's picking up trinkets so far, so which is pretty standard, but some junglers and supports get sweepers, so
So that's something I didn't expect to see. The Kennen starting with cloth armor. I thought Kennen started with the Doran's blade to help farm.
if Kennen starts with the armor, he might be going for the lane swap, even though Tristana and Janna are bot.
Could you see the Kennen is still staying towards bot, so they might try to go for an early invade.
Yeah, we'll have
could.
to see if that cloth armor 5-pot pays off
Pays
for him.
off.
Maybe he's just going for more sustain in lane. Because the other way you could do it would be
Is it Tristana? Oh. No. It's a false alarm.
With the 3-pot and
3-pot.
the flask item, but Kennen doesn't use mana, so I don't know if that'd be worth it for him.
That's more of a popular pick for the Malphite, the flask and 3 pots.
Yeah,
But we don't see him doing that here.
I like his Thorn Shield though; it's pretty standard. But
so far, it looks like Team Prey has gotten a lot more early wards. It's gonna be very dangerous. Very good for them, but very dangerous for Broke Boys.
yeah, so they've already placed 4 wards compared to none on the other side.
To 1. There's 1 in the blue buff.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was surprised. I was like, why aren't they placing more wards though? It seems weird to me.
See, this is where you can tell the early game advantages, because if Team Broke Boys would have tried to go in for something, Team Prey would have been prepared.
So they know Rammus started blue, so likely he will level 3 gank top. Would be where his most efficient gank would be first.
It's true.
And it's interesting that bot lane's not choosing to leash. They're just letting Lee Sin hang out there on his own.
They did not win that trade. They took a lot more damage than they should have.
Janna seems pretty damn squishy, so
they might have to watch that a little more carefully.
yeah. Little trade back and forth there, but nothing major.
It's looking good for both teams so far. Looking pretty even as far as damage and minions go.
Tristana gets locked up, gives a little trade back. It's pretty basic bot lane going on right now.
And then here comes the Ori domination for mid lane that we see also very often in solo queue.
And it's interesting. Looks like Malphite's winning in CS right now. He's already up 10-6.
That's not too bad of a lead. So
early on though, it can show how the matchup goes later though. It's a little precursor. So
for end game, which is very dangerous.
Especially with Kennen being ranged and Malphite's not.
Especially if Malphite gets head, then he just becomes a super tank.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force. Sorry for the cliche.
Like his ult.
Unstoppable force basically for the team, which is very good for them. Especially with the Ori ball delivery, as you were saying earlier.
Yeah. I'm also seeing that Malphite's pushing, which surprises me.
Especially with the Rammus.
Rammus is going after Lee right now. Can't see it. We're on the bot lane.
They're going very deep for this.
We got 2 fights going on the map right now.
Okay, it looks like the bot lane's we saw a pick right here, and first blood for the Rammus.
Well done by Rammus. That was the other fight that I saw going on.
Yeah, we couldn't see that fight.
But Rammus with the early game advantage, like I said, it's a skill matchup. So
yeah, basically, I think it was the armor and the taunt that won him that early game. So here we see this Rammus is trying to get another pick here.
With Zig's low mana, this might work.
Very low mana. Oh, the speed up.
I think he took a very bad route on that.
Ooh, that was a lot
avoided that.
Is he gonna go? If he had mana, I feel like if the Ziggs had mana,
yeah, Orianna
it ended up a lot better, or a lot worse for them.
And Orianna took that tower shot for no reason, and
I believe she took 2 tower shots.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So that was really bad on her part. But it's only 5 minutes in. Things could change.
See how the Malphite's still up in farm.
So far, still looking very good for Team Prey. So far, we'll see how this game goes on.
Rammus might be looking for a lane game.
Lee Sin was going pretty deep in their jungle just for.
Might have done a lot of damage to him. It's like, no, Rammus is still fully backed, but he was decently healthy.
Both mid laners almost out of mana, deciding to stay. This is very dangerous. We could see Lee Sin.
He's at race, but with Ziggs pushing like he normally does, I don't know if a lot's gonna happen there.
Well, it's not too strange to see early game tower dives from a Lee Sin, especially when they're that low. And it looks like they're just gonna let him back.
Yeah, Lee Sin went to do goal up, so Oriana's gonna back and reset. I think Ziggs is gonna back soon too, because his mana pool is looking a little unhealthy
This
there.
Lucian is very far ahead of this Tristana at this point, as far as farm goes.
Getting
And
out
Janna
traded
is
hard.
very squishy.
This Rammus might take over this game.
His
Not
map
much
pressure. His map pressure's been.
He got launched
huge.
too.
Oh, and he might have made a mistake right here when he got too deep.
He made the right play at the beginning, but he committed too much to it.
Too much commitment can be a bad thing.
Worked out for Lee Sin and Ziggs.
That was very close. Bot lane. Let's see what happens top. Nothing.
Malphite's still wrecking top, I think.
Now he didn't use ultimate there, so he still has that if he needs to engage or disengage.
It feels like this pennant's not putting out hardly any damage.
Ooh,
I think Malphite might win this here.
No, he's out of mana. See, that's.
Yeah, I don't know how much mana Unstoppable Force is. I think it's like 100.
I think
But
it's 100 too. But the bot lane is suffering a lot from this Zyra pick.
yeah, this Zyra is.
Zyra Lucian is a lot of poke damage.
Oh, has to burn flash to avoid the Q.
Dodge. I'm not sure I would have done the same. I don't think Lee Sin has enough damage at this point in the game to kill a Zyra like that. But
Depends how.
it's all safeness.
Yeah, how Trist and Janna would have fallen up on that, because they're just taking poke left and right though.
Yeah. So far, it does not look like a very good lane for them.
Yeah, Zyra's bullying them out of lane.
Pushed back to the tower 8 minutes. Oh, they still got caught, but nothing's.
He's looking. Oh, Rammus is
Rammus
here.
is looking for something.
Zyra takes the tower, and it looks like it might be a double kill. Oh,
Things could go very wrong for them at this point.
fight's going. All
Yeah,
right.
looks like they're just
Everyone
going back
backs
off
out.
this. Oh, here comes the teleport. And
Looks like purple team's getting collapsed on right here.
very.
Oriana's coming in too.
Ooh,
Zyra's gone.
there goes that Lucian. Oh, very nice hold by the Oriana.
Oh, Oriana
See,
single-handedly
The
turned that
ability to
around.
collapse like that is going to be very crucial for them to win this game.
And Malphite's just, again, top lane, getting more farm.
And here comes the Tristana. Oh, she just jumped into her death right there. That
Terrible
was
decision. I
very.
don't know what she was thinking right there.
She may have caught a little wild turtle in her.
I would
All
say
right,
they
and
could
then
go for a dragon, but they're a little
They're a
low.
little low, yeah. Unless Malphite still has his teleport up, so we could. And it looks like they're just gonna go back.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if he joined the fight, but it looked like he thought his team was gonna win it. So
He's very a lot of confidence in his team with that. I would have teleported down definitely for this. I mean, his team did clean it up very nicely though with the Oriana hitting the 3-man shockwave.
yeah, the ball delivery system couldn't go wrong right there. And Rammus,
Definitely can.
9 minutes in, has 3 kills and 3 assists. So he's putting a lot of pressure on the
And
map.
only a 1 death too on top of that, so a lot of gold's going their way with that.
Compared to Lee Sin's one kill and 1 death.
Rammus has participated in 100% of the kills for their team, which is huge at this early in the game. And this, I don't want to say low elo, but
It's just a regular team tournament, so they could have some miscommunication here and there about that. So.
that could be it. But since this isn't best of 3s, they're gonna have to clean it up quickly before the game gets too far out of their hands.
Yeah, Lucian is,
This
as you
Lucian is-
saw right there, just chunked Tristana.
And at the same time, this Lucian has about 30 more farm than this Tristana, along with everything else that's going on with the Rammus, like being ahead of the Lucian, and to add insult to injuries, it's just not looking right for this bot lane.
Yeah, I have to question the Tristana pick into the Lucian right now, unless they can get to the late game. It's looking a little ugly
I have
for the
to-
bot lane.
at the same time, I have to question this Kennen pick too, because he picked Kennen without knowing the Malphite, but at the same time, he picked Kennen knowing the team
Lucian goes
comp.
hard right here.
Could he?
Lucian might find the kill.
Oh, and the culling
does.
finishes it off. All right.
They got Dragon, even though Ziggs
And
was
it
able
looks
to
like
get some damage down.
maybe they'll be able to clean up the pick.
Oh, if Rammus continued there, they might have turned that into something. But Kennen's been roaming a little more, so
far, very good team cooperation from the red team, from Team Prey. Not a lot from blue team.
it's interesting to see the Kennen outroam the Malphite, though.
This Malphite hasn't teleported one time, so we could see he could be waiting for the right moment, or he could be waiting to kill the top lane before he decides to go there. And this Lucian looks like he's still going in. Dodge
going
the
ham.
Q. Dodge the Q.
He's got 4 collapsing on him, though.
And it looks like it's over for him right here.
Although Orianna might clean this up right here. She does.
Solid pick for Orianna.
Here comes in Rammus.
Rammus, maybe?
Dyrus.
Clean it up.
Oh,
And
there's
finally,
the teleport.
the Malphite teleport finally is going to pick up that
Gonna
Lee Sin on the side.
Turn the tides really to red team.
And the
Or
flash.
purple team.
Flash and smashing ground, is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's called.
He
but,
smashes the ground, okay.
I don't know if the flash was heated. I don't know if he would have caught up.
He could have ulted, but at the same time,
Yeah, I know Rammus was coming around the other side, so
that's true. Not having faith in your teammates is another part.
I don't know if it was the most efficient ability used, but it seemed to work out. It got them the kill, so.
So far, things looking very in favor of red team right now.
Malphite looks scared of Kennen, surprisingly, right there. I was expecting him to go all in, and
Well, it looks like Malphite
Probably
almost,
could've ended
he almost
that.
has his Spirit Visage done because he's been spending so much time just farming whereas this Kennen, he's spent most of his time trying to roam, not actually picking up anybody, leaving him far behind in the CS war.
and Malphite with the blue buff, so we'll be able to harass Kennen a lot more. I expect Kennen to back here probably pretty soon, because otherwise Malphite can probably
Definitely
kill
work
him.
around him.
Yeah, there goes Kennen back, so.
I think Red's only problem at this point is maybe to just eliminate Ziggs entirely, because even with his ult, he can still clear waves and stall out the game into late game, which is where Trist really excels.
Yeah, I think blue team needs to stall this out a lot more, and they're gonna have to get a split pusher from somewhere. I'm not sure where yet.
And if they can,
But-
they can take control of objectives. So far, Red team has gotten both dragons, or has there only been one dragon?
It's only
They've had
been
control
one
over most
dragon.
of the objectives here. And here we see Lee Sin goes a little too deep, so does Tristana, and here comes Janna.
And red team's starting to roll
Outmaneuvering, basically, and even with the Lee Sin engaged, they're still able to clean up everything.
They seem
Because
to
this
be doing
Rammus is so tanky.
everything right. Except for the early dive on Ziggs. Pretty much everything's gone right
except
for
for that.
red team.
And you can notice that's the only time Rammus has died so far.
Yeah.
And he's been tower diving left and right too.
No
Or just
longer
secure those kills.
100% of the kill participation, but
Unfortunately not.
still high up in
And
there.
it looks like this Malphite's gonna get this top tower, just like he wanted this whole time.
Yeah, I thought Kennen would have been able to push and bully the Malphite a lot more, but it seems
That's
to
where
not work out that way.
the early game Dorn's blade starts for the early harass and the CS potential, but it looks like this whole time he'd planned on out roaming the Malphite, which has gone okay, except he hasn't gotten the picks that they wanted to get.
Yeah,
with
and
the Rammus always being there.
he's still going for the Zonias, but I still question the cloth armor pick. You know, if you're playing Kennen right, Malphite probably shouldn't get close to you. And
I feel like I think he prioritized the Zonias a little too much, maybe, with the cloth eye or the cloth pick.
yeah, it seems like that's right.
And that Malphite can still tank up all the damage if they need him to.
Looks like they might be looking for a fight around blue buff right here.
Looks like
And they have the ability.
right here.
Oh,
there
nice
comes
flash
the
by
pick.
Rammus.
The pick with the Malphite, the Unstoppable Force, and the Rammus flash into taunt. It's very. That's what I was talking about earlier in Champs, like with the pick. And they just got.
No,
did they
Ziggs.
get it stolen, or was that go to Oriana?
I'm not sure if Ziggs or Oriana got it right there.
It looks like Oriana received that blue buff.
I think she already had a blue buff.
It's a good try by Ziggs, I think. I don't think Ziggs got it though. It looks like Tristana is still going a little too deep.
And Zyra
Ooh,
is
and Zyra's
CCing.
plants.
She's got tons of damage.
Lucian and Zyra damaging bot lane.
And Janna
Here
gonna
goes.
fall there.
Yep.
Here comes in
Oh,
the teleport.
The teleport
Try and
with
get
the cannon
some
comes
instant
in,
kills,
but they still
I think Lucian might
kill
be
him
able
out.
but
Oh
finish this off.
no! Wait! Ooh,
Yeah.
that was a lot of damage that Lucian just put out. That was unbelievable.
Shut down gold,
almost.
but a triple kill goes to purple
Triple
team.
team.
And
And then
Lucian's
Rammus is pushing down mid lane at the same time, so it's going to be hard for blue team to come back. Basically, at this point,
down 12k gold.
they're just not in the right places at the right time at all.
This Rammus jungle looks like it's paid off pretty well.
Yes, with the map coverage and everything that's gone on so far, looking pretty well.
And Lee Sin tried to gank early for the Tristan.
Looks like Rammus
Janna.
is going for and misses out with the Ziggs bomb.
The disengage was good there. I think
So
that's.
it looks like Ziggs did pick up that blue buff
Oh yes,
from the.
I thought he did. Good
Wasn't
time
quite
will-
sure with all the commotion that was
Chaos.
happening.
Yes.
Yeah, but it
Dragon's
also
up.
Looks like red team's going for that dragon.
Looks like blue team's not gonna challenge it either. Unless Ziggs can.
At this point, I don't think they can challenge it at all. Oh,
Janna's out of
Janna's
position
caught.
and she gets caught.
see, even if you're not contesting the dragon, your team still has to be there just in case something happens, like that.
Ziggs may have tried the ult steal again like he did with the blue buff, but they didn't
But they
have the proper vision to get that done. So
That's true. So far, red team seems to be dominating with the Rammus pick. The bot lane synergy seems to be going very well in their favor right now, as you've seen this whole game. Maybe
Tristana might regret that decision though.
possibly,
Oh, Rammus
This-
doesn't want to go for it. I think he could have had a kill there easily though.
probably
It was
yes.
a little risky, but I think
That
they could
Rammus
have pulled
just-
it off. He's pretty tanky.
He
so.
eats those tower shots like they're nothing. So, oh, it looks like they might be going for something here.
It's like they're
Although they
just-
might have realized that there's too many of them to go in on.
I think he's just zoning out the team by this. yeah.
Picking up the objectives and zoning out the
They
blue
wanted
team.
the tower, and that was a good choice. So
So it looks like that's all the purple team's going for. They're not concerned with kills as to where most teams get to at this point. Just trying to get kills to get ahead, whereas purple team's smart and they're going for objectives.
they already have 20 kills.
Although
though.
this Lucian got a
Lucian
little
get-
spark of wild turtle in him too.
Yeah,
going in
he
deep.
thinks he's a little too big, but can't take on 4 members of the team. So
Not yet, anyways.
yeah, he may be able to later. But 20 kills to 6 right here.
Very good.
21, and it's
Very nice ults by Rammus and Oriana. Good disengage by Lee Sin, but it's at this point
Malphite
it's not
comes in
enough.
from the side, picks up cannon.
And it looks like they're going for another
Looks like
kill.
Lee Sin's gonna get Taun in here, and he's gonna go down.
Going down. And I thought they were going to tank that tower because they could.
It's a matter of what they want to get now. Do they want to go for an early Baron or just keep pushing down mid? It looks like.
Looks like they're just going to keep pushing out mid. Oriana and
They're
Zyra
gonna
go
back
back.
out. I thought they could have picked up an objective there, but
I think
Yes.
at this point they're just looking for the picks. The picks that they got were very nice because they didn't lose anyone from their team, but they knocked out 3 players from blue side.
yeah, with a 16k gold lead though, they can choose and pick whatever they kind of want to do though.
So at this point, I think it's going to be very crucial for blue team to not get caught out like that, like how they just did, and to just get as many objectives as they can, of course, but still they have to be one step ahead of the red team or purple team, whereas so far they have not been.
I think they have to catch purple team being cocky like that Lucian was trying to do the 4v1.
Mm-hmm.
I think stuff like that will pull them back into the game, but they need a lot more of that.
Even if they do come back in this game, it's going to be a very long time before they do.
Lucian throwing out the damage again.
Looks like everyone's grouping bot lane.
Ziggs is actually building them.
Very nice. Engage.
Oriole.
Dive under tower for all of their kills, and
Lucian goes down, but they pick up.
They trade a solid 3 for 1 right here.
Good 3 for 1, yeah.
And if they chose to, they could probably siege down this tower still, but it looks like they're going for mid.
I think with Ziggs it would have been pretty hard, and they were all pretty low. So it's like Kennan's going for redemption kill, but he falls with Zyra.
At this point, they're just trying to pick up as much as they can, which is maybe not the smartest move, but it's all they can do at this point, I feel like. Even if he shouldn't have wasted teleport for that.
Well, it was a 1 for 1, but at this point, he's looking for any gold he can get. So.
It looks like this Jan is gonna toughen out this top lane. This Malphite, stop him from pushing. But he's been top lane this whole game.
Pretty much.
He's teleported about twice.
So.
It looks like Lee Sin's picking up this blue buff.
But I mean, if you look at his farm advantage, it's shown off. So being up 64 farm and staying top lane all game.
See, I wonder if at this point it would have been better to give the blue buff to Ziggs, since he needs it to wave clear and to try and defend their base. But
did Lee Sin take it?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Ziggs definitely needs that to wave clear if they have a shot at stopping the siege.
At this point, it looks like blue team is just trying to go through the motions. They're not thinking as strategically as they need to be.
They're looking for a pick there, but I don't think blue team's brave enough to even challenge a Baron
right now. It's like a 23-minute Baron. It's like. And they're knocking it down pretty fast with this Lucian, Zyra doing damage.
Ziggs can get the right poke off. Might be able to pull something off here, but other than that...
They're over-committed to that Baron. Oh, they got Baron.
Tristana gets caught. It's like
Cannon's trying to go straight in there.
Cannon's gonna fall.
And the perfect Orianna ult, and this could be game right here.
They're gonna push mid, and we'll see how far they get.
Every ult that I've seen this Orianna so far has gotten at least 2 people, and they've been at the perfect times too, like that. She waited, she didn't do it right away, and she was able to finish an ace team. And this could be game.
See how far they get with the death timers. They're still pretty low. Tristana's up now. I think they could get an inhibitor.
At this point, Tristana can. Tristana is 1-9. I don't think she can stop anything at this point.
I think Zyra can easily 1v1 or 2. It's shown right there.
And it looks like they're just gonna back off of this. Maybe rotate top.
I think they could get a dragon. It's basically what do they want at this point, though.
It looks like Malphite's just gonna go clear that top farm. They're gonna re-push out the other waves and try and secure more towers.
Going for a dragon here now. See that blue ward, that'll fall.
I want to go back to that Baron fight because that was an amazing Baron fight. Like for purple team, every fight that they've done so far has been like it's been well organized, whatnot. But the Baron fight was just their 2 tanks committed fully on Baron.
Yeah. And
they were able to retrieve it with the Rammus and Malphite only. And then they just turned right around. Malphite ult, Rammus taunted out the right person.
And the Wombo combo came in. That's what I saw. And Orianna's hit almost every ult.
Yeah.
On spot. Like, she's been playing out of her mind right now. As her score shows, she's 12-1 and 10.
12-1 and 10, yeah.
doing work right now.
So it's like I mentioned earlier with the perfect ults that she's been pulling off. Like the shockwaves has just been enormous for their team.
Waiting for purple team to group here, I think. And then they'll start pushing out a lane.
Looks like they're gonna rotate bot, try and push that into the inhibitor.
Now Kennen finally gets his hourglass 26 minutes into the game. I think it's a bit
Slow,
late.
very slow for him.
So I think everyone can either burst him down, right there. I don't think he'll be able to even use his zone just before he gets blown up.
At this point, Lucian is just too far ahead for them, I think.
Yeah.
And here comes the Malphite teleport, and it looks like they're...
Looks like they could end the game right here.
To me, it looks like this game's over. I mean, it looked like it was over from 20 minutes, but now they have Baron and they have all these engages. Yeah.
And purple team's
Looks
gonna
like
end it right here. I think they had a much better champ select.
Like as I mentioned in champ select with the Orianna pickouts and the Malphite and the Zyra, they were able to team fight well, and the few times they did pick out people, they picked them out extremely well.
And that's game. Sadly, it was extremely
So it
one-sided.
looks like Team Prey wins 37-9.